So what I'll do is next topic I'll take up formation of Muslim League. So let's discuss about Muslim League. Okay, so Muslim League was formed in 1906 in Dhaka by few Muslim elites. Aga Khan. Now it's not the name of a person, it's actually name of a spiritual post among Shia community. Okay, Aga Khan. So no need to have any confusion. Now the initial leaders were Nawab Waqar ul Mulk, okay, Nawab Waqar ul Mulk and Nawab Mohsin ul Mulk, okay. See, when you see Muslim League, you may think or you may have a belief that it is a communal party. Unlike all this common belief, it's not actually a communal party during this time. In fact, there was not even participation of the middle class. Only Muslim elites were members of Muslim League, and they needed certain political perks from the government, okay. So the demand is basically they want to enter into the ministry, they want to enter into the assembly, and they want to enter into the executive council, both at the center and in the province, okay, center and in the province. So it was not a communal party in the beginning, and you know, if you classify the Muslim League into three phases from here, 1906, which is the beginning, to 1947, the third phase you can see there is an element of communalism, okay, but till then, like up to 1935, it was not a communal party, okay. So let's try to understand Muslim League in three phases. The first phase you can classify like 1906 to 1912. So this phase was led by elite Muslims, They were very secular people, okay, very secular people, and obviously this was a secular organization at that time, and they are not at all religious. They are just Muslim. They are just using Muslims as they are Muslims, and they have a very good relationship with other groups also. Okay, so there is no problem with other communities, and their relation with British was also good, and in fact they supported British rule in the beginning. So they were the 2 points you can write is they were pro-British, okay, and they were secular, and they were led by elite Muslims, okay. So these are the 3 points which you can remember when it comes to the first phase of Muslim League. Now when it comes to the second phase, see, one point is there is no such clear-cut division that this is the first phase, second phase, third phase, etc. This is just for your understanding, okay. So second phase 1913 to like 1937. Now this phase you can see some changes in Muslim League. Now the Muslim League is led by Muslim middle class. Now during this phase they turned anti-British, or you can say nationalist, okay. So many nationalist leaders and many nationalist activities you can see from Muslim League. So obviously anti-British, and during this time also they were secular. There were no communal ideology, there were no idea of Pakistan or splitting of the country, etc. Okay, so secular. The most important leaders, if you see, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, okay, then Muhammad Ali, then Shaukat Ali, then Hakim Ajmal Khan, then Dr. Mukhtar Ansari, okay, then Raja of Mahmudabad, so these were the most important leaders of Muslim League during this time. Now the point which you need to be very careful is most of them were also in Congress, okay, they were also members of Congress. See, the point is one person can be a member of both organization at that time, because Congress, if you see, till 1938 had a policy of dual membership, okay, dual membership. So till 1938 a person can be a member of both Muslim League as well as Congress. Now if you see, some of them were presidents of both. You can see some of them were president of Congress, at the same time the president of Muslim League. See, in 1923 Muhammad Ali Jauhar was the president of INC, at the same time he was the president of Muslim League in that year. Similarly in 1927 Mukhtar Ansari was the president of INC, the Calcutta session, and he was also the presiding officer of Muslim League, okay, during that time in 1927. The point is, see, the same person can be a member of both organization, and same in fact were the presidents also of both organization, because the idea of dual membership was there in Congress till 1938. Now why this is possible? Because obviously both were nationalist party, right? Congress was nationalist party, Muslim League was also nationalist party, means anti-British, and both were secular. So this is very much possible, right? Now what is the only exception? Only exception is when it comes to Muslim League, they are demanding certain rights to Muslims also. Otherwise the idea and methods and everything is same in both cases. Middle class were the members, okay? So almost all the things are same, except Muslim League having certain demands that some rights to be given to Muslims. Now let's look at the third phase. So third phase is basically from 1937, very important phase and very dangerous phase, 1937 to 1947. Now here who are the members? You can see various religious groups, various trading class, lower middle class, etc. joined, and because of many reasons, and obviously the most important reason is 1937 election, okay. Now post 1928 there are many issues, especially the Jinnah demand, which was earlier accepted by the Congress but then rejected. So that basically angered and annoyed many Muslims and many middle class and many other sections of Muslims, and during this time you can see Muslim League is turning to be a communal party, and you can see a lot of communal riots or communal clash also during this time, okay. So in this phase Muslim League in fact started demanding partition, or they started demanding Pakistan. So in 1940 Lahore session, why it is important? Because they demanded Pakistan, okay. So they demanded Pakistan. So even though there were similarities after the formation of Muslim League and membership was there, both organization, but in many cases Muslims were alienated, and eventually, especially in the Jinnah demands, okay, so especially Jinnah demand, that is more important, and later it eventually came as partition of India or the demand for Pakistan in 1940 Lahore session. So third phase is more important for us. Now the point is, they are nationalist, obviously Muslim League also nationalist, but the problem is they became communal. Now you may think that whether one party can be nationalist as well as communal at the same time. Obviously they can, because why they are known as nationalist? Because they are anti-British. But why they are communal? They started mobilizing people on the basis of religion, and because of that reason there are a lot of communal riots and all, so they use religion to mobilize people. So this became a communal party now. So similarly, if you see Hindu Mahasabha, okay, or RSS, they are also nationalist, but they are communal, right? Why? Because they are using religion to mobilize masses, okay, but at the same time they are nationalist, they are against British. So post 1937 you can see Muslim League is also very communal. Religion and religious symbols were extensively used to mobilize masses, and they went for partition of India, and they started demanding Pakistan, and that was in 1940 Lahore session. So as we discussed already, 1928, 1937, 1946 are landmarks events of Indian history, okay. So a quick recap of what all things we have done. We started the session with moderates and extremist difference. I told you moderates are basically believing and working on legal way and constitutional way, right? And the British had no problem with them. In fact, they gave little care to them. But on the other hand, extremists, they believed in mass mobilization, and they want the participation of each and every people, and they want to extend Swadeshi movement across India, and Balagangadhar Tilak took this to Maharashtra, and Lajpat Roy took this to Punjab. But there was a split in Congress in 1907, so this divided the nationalist, okay, which is known as Surat split, very sad incident, and Tilak was arrested. So actually the movement was weakened, And the most important point that you need to remember is extremists never went for any violent means to achieve their goal or for mobilization of masses. They never went for any violent means. They just mobilized masses. The only negative that you can say is they use religious symbols, okay, and that alienated Muslims. Then we have discussed about Muslim League. So we have seen the formation of Muslim League and we have seen 3 phases. So the point that you need to be very clear about is in the first 2 phases, Muslim League were not communal. In fact, they were very secular. In the first phase, only elite Muslims, and in the second phase, middle class also there, but they were very secular. But at the same time they were nationalist. So both Congress and Muslim League was almost same, their idea and everything, except the fact that Muslims started demanding some more rights to the Muslims. Otherwise both are nationalist party, both are anti-British and both are secular. But in the third phase you can see Muslim League is turning out to be a communal party, and in 1940 Lahore session they demanded Pakistan. Okay, and I told you a party can be nationalist at the same time communal communal also. Okay, so I hope this is clear for all of you. Now next session we will see some important facts which can be asked in prelims, which is coming later. Okay.